What is up, folks? J-Chan TV again. Here today we are at the river. We're gonna try to attempt to put the Tucktec into the river here. This is the St. Croix River. Take a look at this beautiful shoreline. We do have a bit of wind, as you could see over here, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let me try though, to see if I could sort of get to the point that I need to paddle to and to start fishing. And let's go. So that's basically the setup. I think I got it done in a few minutes, less than 5 minutes I believe. I've taken the liberty to load up the fishing equipment. Right, I have my trolling rod over here, the second rod for just casting. I have my anchor system, quick release anchor system loaded by the side, live vest, a box of lure, gloves, paddles. And I'm just gonna quickly show us, how I put my fish finder. So I go into the Kayak. This is the transducer. I packed it in a little plastic box bag, and what I have stuck the transducer on is this thing. This is like a putty. Right, and what it does is that you basically just want to mold it, so that it's almost flat. I hope you could see this. And what I do is simply just plant it right in the dead center of the Tucktec, like so. Make sure it's flat, it's aligned with the middle of your kayak, like so. Press it down firmly, and then this thing should be able to shoot through the kayak. Alright folks, so the next thing that you want to do is to connect the transducer to the fish finder itself. I have mounted the Garmin fish finder on a cooler like this, and what I did was to drill a hole so that the power cord could go inside and reach the battery. And that's it. Connect the transducer to the fish finder and you're set. Alright, so it's not complicated setup, and I like it this way because I can twist it around. The battery is protected from the elements, from the rain, from the water. It stays inside, and I can simply carry this wherever I go. Alright, if you're interested, I'll be happy to show you the details of this box here, and with the fish finder. So this is going to be a pretty rough launch. As you could see, waters are quite rough here. I put in the kayak as close as possible, sideways to the water, stepped in, and then basically I pushed off. There's already some water in the kayak, but at least we are in the water and we are launched. Okay, hopefully as we paddle out, the waves are a little more gentler. Yep, it's already getting better. Good thing I do plan to get wet today. Was wearing my trunks, this swimming pants. going on here, bait fish here. So folks, I'm actually anchored down right now and I'm trying to do some fishing here. A wave just passed by me. You can see that the wind is quite strong today. In fact, it's actually at 20 miles per hour, but with the Tucktec anchored down, I don't feel that I'm not in a safe spot. In fact, the Tucktec feels quite stable even with strong winds at 20 miles per hour. Though the waves are rocking the boat, it goes in up and down fashion. I do not feel that the boat is being rocked on its side, left to right, which is why I feel very comfortable carrying on with my fishing. Here you could see me getting set up, putting on my weights on my fishing rig and continuing fishing even though the wind condition is not the most ideal. So folks, after fishing this spot for a little bit, I decided to change to a different position and I'm releasing my boat from the quick release anchor. So as you can see, I'm actually pulling on the rope here so that it goes back to the anchor. And as I pull back the line, I actually sort of put my kayak in a position that's facing the side of the kayak, facing directly into the waves. So right now, as you can see, the waves are just crashing on the side of my kayak here, and from this viewpoint you're able to see how strong the waves are. And there are a couple of close calls here. You can see that the waves are crashing in and a little bit of water is coming into the kayak as I pull my anchor back into the kayak, but still I feel that it's quite safe. I don't feel like the boat is about to capsize or anything. You just feel some harder rocking of the Tucktec left to right, but I would say if you're not comfortable with this kind of rocking, probably don't anchor down your Tucktec in rough waters, especially in conditions greater than 50 miles per hour. I'm able to swim, so this is not a problem for me. So here I have turned off the audio from the GoPro because the winds are just blowing at it and it's causing a loud sound. But I wanted to show you how the Tucktec performs when it's paddling against strong winds. So as you can see in this very short setup clip, the Tucktec is actually moving quite well against winds that are at least 20 miles per hour. You see some big waves crashing into the front of the kayak, but the Tucktec took it on well. I don't feel insecure or unstable again. The boat just goes up and down on the wave, and I don't see any issues with the boat capsizing. And I would manage to actually paddle this boat along the coast quite some ways, and it does quite a good job against strong winds like this. Okay folks, I've got something heavy on my line. Fish just jumped, not sure what it is. Hope my hook is not just if the fish is still on the hook. It's actually pulling me out of this grass patch here, which is crazy. The fish just jumped. Oh, I just lost him. So folks, if you could see, I'm just parked at this place where there's lots of grass. I'm just fishing the weed line here. Earlier I had a big fish that hit my bait, hit my lure. but then I did not set a good hook set. The fish dived under the grass and then got himself free. So this is a good spot. Seems like water, it's flowing here, and minnows are here, and hence, you know, the predator basses or walleyes or other things are, you know, hanging out over here. So it's unfortunate that the first fish I lost, it's a fish that's long, so I think it might be a pike. It jumped out of the water, shook my lure away and got free. So let's try again. Alright folks, caught my first fish here. A smallmouth bass. It's in this grass mat here. Good fighter, not a big one. Just show you folks again. Just let this guy go. So fellas, another look at this bass. I'll just put him back in the water. Okay. Alright, got another bass over here. Oh, it went off by itself when I start recording. Alright folks, it seems like this spot is pretty good. Lots of basses are hanging out here. I caught 2 basses here already. One seems to be a largemouth, a very small one. Second is the bigger one you saw on film earlier. That was a smallmouth. Still not the biggest I have caught. You know, it's probably like around 10-11 inches. But this spot here is like the confluence between the big waterway and a small creek. So it does seem like there's a lot of fishes are hanging out here. And I just feel a little bit of, you know, bite. I would set the hook because I realized that these fishes here, they do bite quite lightly, and that's how I missed my first fish. Hopefully I can get one on camera for you to see. Okay, this is a surprise catch. This guy was just nibbling, and then I felt something, so I just set the hook. Got a yellow perch here, folks, a small guy. Ooh, something just jumped over there. Hope you can see that. Yellow perch over here. It's the third fish of the day. Gonna quickly release this guy. And off he goes. There's some seabirds here. Not sure what they are. Looks like pelicans to me, and seagulls. If someone who knows birds well, you can identify this for me. This looks like pelicans to me, but or maybe something very similar. So they're just hanging out by the mouth of this creek that flows into this large river. There's more depth. Now the smell here, it's not too good. Pretty sure these birds are using this as their toilet, so that's why it's not. So folks, if you can see my fish finder, there's lots of fishes, but for some reason, you know, when I'm just trolling this area, I don't get any bites from them. Maybe it's not at the right depth, maybe it's not moving at the right speed. It could be many things, or maybe just simply not the right time. Alright, so we would be ending off this video. Caught 3 fishes. We managed to see them on camera, but unfortunately I wasn't filming, and the line was, you know, when I had a hit on the line, so I had to figure out a good way to film while fishing without depleting the camera battery life too much. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.